Welcome to the first episode of the Good News Experiment, a show where we focus on the latest positive news and stories from around the world, because there is already enough negativity on the internet.
I don't want peace. I want problems, always!
Sure, dude. And what a better way to begin with the very first episode of this super important show that will one day change the world, I think, than bees. You know how bees are super cool and stuff. These bad boys can navigate using the sun and Earth's magnetic field like tiny superheroes. They pollinate 80% of flowering plants, securing 1/3 of the human food supply, which makes me wonder, why don't we worship them as gods? Any ideas? No? They make honey and build honeycombs from wax using hexagons, which are the most efficient shapes in nature. Bees also produce their own venom in their butts. And what if I told you that the painful sting that ruins your summer picnic turns out to be a secret weapon against one of the most aggressive forms of cancer on the planet? Researchers in Australia recently discovered that venom from ordinary honeybees can destroy up to 100% of triple-negative breast cancer cells in laboratory tests. And it doesn't take weeks or months, it happens in under 60 minutes, all while leaving healthy cells virtually untouched. So, how does a bee sting pull off a medical miracle like that? It comes down to a tiny peptide called melittin, which is like a microscopic drill. It punches holes straight through the cancer cell's outer wall, instantly shutting down the signals the tumor needs to grow and replicate. And that's not even the best part. When researchers paired melittin with standard chemotherapy drugs, those newly drilled holes acted like an open door, allowing treatment to slide right inside and dramatically shrink tumors in mice. Now, stop, wait. Before you go for a bare-assed beehive hunt, don't worry. Scientists can synthesize melittin in the lab. That means any future life-saving therapy won't require convincing millions of grumpy bees to donate their venom. Nature is just amazing, isn't it? Take this depressed dog Barley, for example. A 7-year-old golden retriever was suffering from severe seizures. The medication saved her life, but it completely wiped out her personality, turning a famously happy dog into a mopey, sleepy shell of herself. Until Louis waddled in. Waddle, waddle. Waddle, waddle. Rescued the duckling, who was only supposed to be a temporary house guest. Instead, Louis took one look at Barley and declared himself her personal physical therapist. Morning visits turned into wrestling matches, mutual food stealing, and chaotic backyard chases. If there's one thing medical school forgets to teach you, is the therapeutic value of an aggressive duck with zero sense of personal space. Without changing her meds, Barley started smiling, wagging her tail, and acting like a pup again. She was officially cured by an emotional support duck. Guys, I could talk about animals all day, but we have more topics to cover. So, more animals in just a minute. Important question now. Do you know which food is the most stolen on the planet? I'll give you a little bit of time to think. A little bit more, and the answer is...
cheese.
Yeah, that's right. Around 4% of all cheese produced globally gets stolen.
Dang! You got cheese like me?
Making it the single most shoplifted food item on Earth. And after this video, it will be even more, I can guarantee that. For decades, health experts told us to avoid full-fat dairy. It seemed like common sense. Saturated fat raises cholesterol, and high cholesterol hurts your heart. So, the researchers at the University of Toronto decided to test it. They took 74 adults with overweight or obesity and split them into two groups for a 12-week study. One group cut back on dairy, while other was given 3 daily servings of glorious, unskimmed, full-fat dairy. And absolutely nothing bad happened. The full-fat dairy group didn't gain weight, the cholesterol levels didn't spike, and they showed no signs of insulin resistance. In fact, their blood pressure actually improved, and they ended up getting significantly more calcium, protein, and vitamin D. How is that even possible? It turns out scientists were focusing so much on isolated saturated fats that they missed the bigger picture. Something called the dairy matrix.
The matrix is a system, Neil.
Whole dairy links fats and proteins together in a way that helps your body digest them slowly and steadily. It turns out natural food works better than processed alternatives. You still shouldn't eat a pound of cheese for dinner, of course, but you shouldn't beat yourself up for enjoying a bit of real cheese either. It turns out it was never the villain we made it out to be. You know what to do now, don't you? Go to the nearest grocery and steal yourself a nice piece for dinner. It was a joke. Please never steal unless you are really good with a bow and arrow, live in Sherwood, and you are trying to protect the civilians against tyrannical government. Then you have an exception.
I steal from the rich and give to the needy.
Takes a wee percentage.
But I'm not greedy.
Back to the horse as promised. This will be a short one. There's a horse, which used to be really aggressive until he discovered rock and roll.
You wanna rock and roll?
He plays different instruments, and with his horse mom, I think that's how you refer to a nice lady that takes care of a horse mama. They are like a music duo, which I find really cute, so I won't make fun of them. They're amazing. Let's switch it up a little bit and take a look with me to the crazy world of A-list celebrities. A little super rich celebrity with a lot of fame and money and gossip talk like Leonardo DiCaprio and his girlfriends. They are way too young for him. Yeah, we won't talk about that. We will start this part with a joke that won't make you laugh. What if a desert plant named Fuzzy Bellybutton, a night parrot that hid for a century, and an ancient shark-like Pokemon thingy all walked into the bar? They'd probably be celebrating, because Leonardo DiCaprio and Jeff Bezos just dropped $200 million to save them from vanishing forever. DiCaprio's conservation group, Rewild, alongside the Bezos Earth Fund, has launched the Phoenix Species Project.
God, you bore me!
Sorry. Too many names. I know it's boring.
And you do not want to get me bored.
I won't, I promise. Good stuff is coming. Please bear with me. Their goal is to rescue 100 of the world's most dangerously threatened animals and plants across 30 countries. This project is giving these species a genuine fighting chance. Instead of tossing out tiny, one-off grants that leave conservationists scrambling every 12 months, this initiative drops $100 million from each partner to provide guaranteed 5-year funding blocks. That means actual sustained support to bring back creatures on the brink, like Mexico's charco azul pupfish, which is currently extinct in the wild after its native spring dried up. Best part is that when you protect a specific species, you end up saving the entire forest, wetland, or ocean around it. It's like AoE healing in video games. Turns out that with 5 solid years of funding and local teams on the ground, even species down to their last few individuals can completely rebound. Welcome! You just arrived to the rapid fire section of good news that, in my opinion, don't need more than a few sentences of explanation. Let's get ready to be showered with good news.
Let's go, ladies.
Global hunger has dropped below 8% for the first time since the pandemic. The world's oldest cat Millie just turned 31 and she only drinks bottled Buxton water, which honestly sounds like a very elaborate marketing campaign to sell us water bottles. And you know what is the worst part? It works on me totally. Where can I get that immortal bottle, please? Deforestation alerts in Brazilian Amazon have fallen to their lowest level in 13 years. Nice. Seagull rips off man's testicles as he sunbathes naked. Oh my god, that was not a good news, that was bad news! Sorry, I just wanted to make you laugh. But this really happened in 2017 in the UK. Bros in the UK, watch your nuts!
Got him!
Mom gets keyboard tattooed on her arm so autistic son can always talk to her. And there is also a key that says, I love you. That's amazing. Toronto Zoo celebrates a birth of endangered pygmy hippo. Very cute. South Korea will fully ban dog meat by 2027, with 82% of farms already closed. Wait, they had farms. No. By 2027 it's over, guys. No more eating dogs. Bad Koreans. Bad for eating dogs. Not cool. Okay, we need a palate cleanser after this one. Something big, like global first attempt to reintroduce apex predators to an ecosystem where they had gone entirely extinct. Never done before. 70 years ago, tigers vanished completely from the wild landscapes of Kazakhstan. But if you happen to be standing in the Balkash Nature Reserve recently, you'd have seen a heavy shipping crate back off a truck, open up, and release a massive big cat right back into her ancestor home. And no, they didn't just throw a giant carnivore into a random field and hope for the best. You have to first build the restaurant before inviting the guests. For 10 years, conservationists worked tirelessly, planting forests and releasing herds of deer and antelopes to rebuild the food chain from scratch. Finally, a female Amur tiger, Hope, was fitted with a GPS collar and released into the wild. 3 other tigers are adapting in semi-wild enclosures right behind her. And you might wonder what happens when giant wildcats meet local villagers. The reserve actually has no fences, but officials have already set up dedicated response teams to keep both humans and tigers safe as the population grows. If Hope and her companions thrive, Kazakhstan won't just bring back a lost species. They'll prove that with enough time and effort, even an extinct ecosystem can be brought back to life. Guys, that's it. Good news experiment officially begun. You can become a sponsor of this channel by subscribing. My first goal is to hit 1000 subs. Focus on the good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!